One, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of The Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. And folks, it's time for liftoff. Come on, count down with me. I need all the help I can get. Still a bit under the weather. Just a tinge. Here we go. We're ready to rock. I hope you are. Here we go. Hold on to your hats, folks.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name. Let's go.
Welcome aboard. Hey, folks. I hope you're ready for another exciting edition of The Show with No Name here on Vaughn Radio. We came here today to play, to laugh, and of course, I guess learn some English too. Hey, put it in whatever order you want, but that's what we came to do today and every day. As you know, it's been a tough week for me. Poco durito. Like I said, I'm fine. I don't have a fever. I don't have body aches. No dolores corporales. But since I talk for a living, well, it's just a little bit uncomfortable. But I feel great. I hope you feel great as well. And today, I don't have to talk as much. Why? Because we are going to hear from you. Our show with no namers today. In the question of the week, so exciting. We've got, I think, 10 or 11 people who have participated. I think that's our record. So thank you to all of you who have participated in the question of the week this week and every week. Some of you have participated week after week, and I thank you because, well, the success of the section is owed to that. And let me just remind you guys, we've got a website, a new website exclusively for Vaughn Radio listeners.
¿Quieres estar al tanto de todas nuestras promociones en la Vaughan Esfera?
Well, now you can be in the loop.
Puedes estar al tanto. Puedes enterarte de ofertas, novedades y eventos. Y mucho más. Puedes encontrar todo eso en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Eso es, en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Ahí tendrás toda la información de última hora. Guárdalo como favorito. grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. And stay in the loop.
All right, folks, that's right. It's grupovaughn.com, cursos destacados. And if you go to the website, you'll see we've got tons of deals going on, but that changes from week to week. So take a look at it. Also, follow us on social media. It's another way to stay in the loop. Are you ready, amigos? For what? Well, for today's pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. All right, amigos. All right. Welcome to the pop quiz. This is where we take a look at something from one of our materials from the Vaughn Tienda. Remember, we've got a wealth of amazing materials. You've got Business English by Kyle Miller. You've got full courses. And one of my favorite things, and actually I should say one of my daughter's favorite things as well, is the Vaughn Disney collection. It's a lot of fun. There's some really useful vocabulary, and it's all made into exercises so that the kids can enjoy it. And I know what you're thinking, but what if my English isn't up to par? Si no está a la par. We say up to par, al nivel. Well, no worries. The stories come in English and in Spanish, so you can take a look at it beforehand. And also, they come with audio. So you can even listen to it. And if there's any words that you're unsure of when you're reading it to your child, well, if you listen to it just 5 minutes before, you might be able to do it even better and not, you don't want to mislead your child, obviously unintentionally. That's, I think, the biggest fear that a lot of parents have, misleading their child and saying, no, se lo he dicho mal, no se lo quiero. I get it. But all of our Vaughn materials, I should say, they all concentrate on that, how you can not just get the message, get the words, but actually hear them, repeat them, and say them with confidence. And there's, it's easier said than done. Entre el ta y un dicho, el hecho y el trecho, you say something like this. Easier said than done. I know. But in theory, it's good to remind ourselves of, the method behind it, the theory, even though life isn't theory, life is doing, right? We were talking about the driving test. Yeah, okay, it's good to know all your, you need to stop at a red light. All that's really important. But if you don't know how to drive the thing, you can have a really serious problem there. And how do you get good at driving a car? By driving for many years. A lot of the best drivers I know, or at least the most confident, maybe they're a little bit offensive for my taste, but they're people who have driven for years and they're used to being behind the wheel. All right, so amigos, today we're going to take a look at something from Expresiones en Inglés que deberías saber. It's part of a collection. We have expresiones, phrasal verbs. Check it out. Again, it's all at the vaughntienda.com. So I'm going to play a little audio clip for you. And then, as always, I'll have a little mission for you guys. This is from Expresiones en Inglés que deberías conocer. It's from the Vaughn Tienda. You can also get it at Amazon or wherever else, or Casa del Libro. All right, here we go.
As old as the hills.
Más viejo que Matusalén, de tiempos de Maricastaña. A pesar de ser más vieja que Matusalén, ella tiene una memoria impecable.
Despite being as old as the hills, she's got an impeccable memory.
Ese restaurante es de tiempos de Maricastaña. Siempre ha estado allí.
That restaurant is as old as the hills. It's been there forever.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. Now, they just gave us one expression. And by the way, thanks, Carmen and Ximena. As I said, I always recognize everybody's voice, and because obviously I know almost everybody in the company. So when I hear their voices, it brings a smile to my face. Oh, and speaking of, Ximena and Nacho, next week, they are hosting the Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. Let me give you the date. I think it's the 6th. Let me just check my calendar over here. Yes, March 6th. It's March 6th. Now, pay attention because this week, it's at 7:30 p.m. Now, normally our trivia night is at 8:30 p.m. And here, this week, we're trying something different. Well, this week, no. Next week, which is March 6th. Mark your calendars. March 6th, 2024, 7:30 p.m., Calle de Amañel 23. It's called Roll Madrid, and it'll be hosted by Ximena and Nacho from Test Your English. And we're all going to be there. I can tell you that. So many people are going to be there. It's going to be a lovely kind of a, start to the spring a little bit, the start of the good weather, longer days, that stuff that we're all longing for, right? Añorar is to long. Sé que sabéis la palabra long como largo, pero también es añorar, right? To miss something. All right, so what do I want you guys to do? Well, they said something is as old as the hills, tan viejo como las colinas. Well, guess what? I want you to give me another way, a synonym for very old in English. So I think it's pretty easy today. You've got kind of free range. Tenéis bastante margen ahí. Give me, I'll tell you what, I'll make it even easier. Give me an idiomatic expression that you know, that you want to share with the group. You can show off here, puedes presumir, that has to do with age. La edad. It doesn't have to be old. This one that we heard with Ximena and with Carmen from Expresiones en Inglés que deberías conocer, well, that one was as old as the hills. Don't use that one. Don't, because we just heard that one. I want you to give me another idiomatic expression. It can be young too. It has to do with age. All right, folks? And if you'd like to participate, you can do it in our virtual classroom over here. Let's go on over and see who's joining us today. Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit. That's right, folks. If you don't have my latest book, pick it up. It's called This Book is the Shit. It's available at the Von Tienda, and it's part of the collection. The first book is This Book is the Milk. The second one is This Book is the Milk 2, T-O-O, or Dos, como tú quieras. It used to be called This Book is the Remilk, but we changed it. We did a little rebranding there. Don't ask me why. It's always stuff out of my control. But if you've got the old one, the remilk, keep it in good condition. It's a collector's item. They don't make them anymore. So, and if not, if you don't have the new one, well, you should get it too. This way, the new one, you can mark it up, and the other one you keep in tip-top shape, in pristine condition. All right, folks. And obviously the third one in that trilogy is the latest one. It came out last year, and it's called This Book is the Shit. Let's see. Speaking of the shit, I've got my students here. You, Show with No Namers, you guys are the shit. Thank you for participating every day, for helping me get through the week. It's been a tough week. As I said, I'm okay, but it's, when you're not feeling good, well, guess what? It makes things a little bit harder. You got to make a little extra effort to do everything. But in the end, it's well worth it thanks to you guys. Also, a nice round of applause for Anna, Anix, Chris, Chicago, Chris Valrol, Kubla, Laura, Maria Jose, Marisol, Nuria, David, and Jose. We're going to hear from all of them today in one of our coolest sections where we hear from our students in the question of the week. We're going to hear about what their favorite subject was in school. All right, Born to Iron Man says, morning, friends. What's up, buddy? Always an absolute pleasure to have you with us. Elena, speaking of a pleasure, there she is. She says, hi there. How's everybody? Great, now that you're here, Elena. She says, let's get the ball on the roll. Oh, I haven't heard that one. Maybe it's correct. I would say, let's get the ball rolling. No digo que no es correcto el tuyo, pero a mí me suena el let's get the ball rolling, ¿no? Pongamos el balón a rodar. So great idiomatic expression there, kicking off already. I love it. Great job. Elena says, I'm afraid. Oh, great. Elena, you are ready to rock today, huh? Wow, excellent energy. And she's participating in our pop quiz. Let's take a look. Elena says, I'm afraid I'm no spring chicken, my friend. Elena, excellent. We use that one a lot. And you know what? That's the first one that popped into my mind as well. I'm no spring chicken. Y no es, I'm not a. Esto es frase hecha. You don't say, I'm not a spring chicken. No, it's, I'm no spring chicken. Ya no soy tan joven. No soy un pipiolo, no? I'm afraid I'm no spring chicken, my friend. Great one, Elena. I feel the same. I feel your pain. You're not alone. Let's see. Born to Iron Man. He says, I'm not a nonagenarian guy, but sure, I'm over the hill. Great one. To be over the hill. A ver cómo lo traducen aquí. Over the hill. So no spring chicken implica que no soy el joven que yo era. To be over the hill, estar para el arrastre. Ya no valgo. He's no spring chicken. He's over the hill. Right? Una que me encanta. Pero esto es un poco más también un viejo cascarrabias. An old fart. Este tío es un viejo pedo. Oh, don't be an old fart. Remember, we never want to discriminate against anyone because of their age. All right, there's your disclaimer. Nobody get offended. It's the fate that awaits us all, isn't it? Getting old, if we're lucky. If not, you die young like Kurt Cobain or Amy Winehouse. Or any of those people in the 27 Club. So to be over the hill. Excellent stuff. Let's see. Chris Valrol, good morning to you, Chris. She says, dear show with no namers, my first car was antediluvian. I haven't even heard of it, but I love it. You can also say prehistoric. You could say it's from the Jurassic. It's always, you can always like name a period. Good job. Great job, guys. Let's see. Elena says, his car is a lemon. Muy bien, ahí. Una chatarra. His car is a lemon. He's older than dirt. Excellent. Wow, guys. To be older than dirt, or as old as dirt. Right? So, yeah, folks. A couple other idiomatic expressions that have to do with age. As we just said, to be over the hill. To be no spring chicken. Okay? We also say, you're getting up there. estás subiendo, que suena como algo positivo, ¿no? Hey, man, you're getting up there. Le dices a alguien en su cumple. How many candles? Whoa, you're getting up there, right? One of my favorite ones is, you know how you're supposed to respect your elders, la gente mayor que tú? You're supposed to open the door. You're supposed to let them go first. Ahí es cuando dices age before beauty, que pasa la edad antes que de la belleza. O sea, que pase usted, luego pasa. People will say too, age is just a number. Age is just a number. Well, it's true. I know people who are 40 years old and act like children. And I know people who are 4 years old who act like mature adults. So age is just a number. Some people don't act their age. To act your age, no, comportarte de la edad que tienes. And many people want to live to a ripe old age. Ripe es maduro, como una fruta. So a ripe old age. But obviously, what I always say, you want to live to a ripe old age if you're in good condition. If you're hooked up to machines and things, I don't know if that, what we're looking here for is quality of life, In the United States, we say elderly people or senior citizens. Sounds a lot better than old folks, old folks. And usually, when people get very old and they need care 24/7, if you can't care for them at home, you send them to a nursing home. This is a place where elderly people go and they get the treatment they need. They have other people that they can mix with as well. So many, many idiomatic expressions, my amigos. Wonderful job to all of you. And I'll tell you what, before we go to our first commercial break, let's take a look at homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 Show with no name. Show with no name. Show with no name.
That's right, amigos. Welcome to our homophone section. I'm doing things a little bit out of order today because, as I said, we've got our question of the week where we're going to hear from many of you as well. All right, so let's see what we've got today for our homophones. As always, I'm going to give you guys 2 words, and I'd like to know, A, what the words are, and B, if they sound exactly the same or not. The first word is suma, adición, ¿ok? También es incorporación. Hay una nueva incorporación al equipo, ¿ok? So it's suma, adición, incorporación, ampliación, si decimos también a un edificio, ¿ok? I don't know if you're familiar with the word, but if you are, let me know. The second word is edición, versión, right? Transmisión, edición, versión, transmisión, right? So a version, una versión de algo. Do you know what those 2 words are? Do you know if they sound exactly the same? We'll take a look at that and much more after this quick commercial break. We'll take a look at our spelling bee as well, and we're going to hear from so many amazing show with no-namers today. I'm so excited. I love hearing from you guys. And I know you love hearing each other as well, because you encourage each other, because you can hear each other making progress. And if that's not motivation, I don't know what is. Hearing yourself make progress and everybody around you make progress, oh man, that feels freaking good. All right, well, amigos, we'll be right back with part 2 of today's show. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of today's show with no name. I can't believe part 1 has already flown by. Unbelievable. We've already looked at a lot of vocabulary, expressions, pronunciation, right? Well, I've got some other idiomatic expressions for you. What about being in your prime? Apúntate esta. Because I feel like you can say that's applicable to every moment. Piénsalo, en 10 años, you're going to think, man, when I was 46, I was in my prime. En mi mejor momento. If you think like that, then you're always going to be in your prime, right? Okay, well, you just hope your body plays along, que el cuerpo te acompañe. Another one that has to do with age. I don't know if you say this. I wasn't born yesterday. O sea, no soy tonto. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm as old as the hills. Another one we say, if you have a lot of experience, I've been around this track a few times. He recorrido esta pista varias veces. I've been around this track a few times. In fact, you can hear that in the Guns N' Roses song, Dead Horse. I think he says, I've been around this track a couple of times. Sometimes I feel, it's a great song. If you don't know it, y ahí está la expresión, sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. It's a great song. Y tiene dos expresiones que me acabo de dar cuenta. Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I don't know why you've been bringing me down. And in the beginning of the song, he says something about, I've been around this track a couple of times. Que tengo mucha experiencia. He visto esto muchas veces. No es mi primer. Another one. Me encanta esta. It's not my first rodeo. Di esa en tu clase de inglés y va a flipar tu profe. It means I've been here. Que no es mi primera vez. It's not, no es mi primer rodeo. Rodeo, you know, where the cowboys are. It's not, it's muy americano ese, eh? I don't know if British people use that one. We should ask Rob Grams. Do you say it's not my first rodeo? Que tengo experiencia aquí. Que no soy novato. And you guys have tons of experience here on the show with no name in a section where we listen to famous people speaking and you guys break down what you hear. It's the Say What soundbite. Say what? What? All right, amigos, your Say What soundbite. This is where we hear a famous person speaking, and you guys have to tell me what you heard. This one's going to be a lot easier than yesterday's, but also I think it's impossible to be harder than yesterday's. But again, the harder it is here, the easier it's going to be for you to understand people when you're out there in Australia, in New York, and any English-speaking city, even Singapore, where many, many people speak English. And they also speak Singlish. Did you know that? Singapore English? Oh, yeah. If you didn't know about that, then I guess you haven't heard the FYI episode on Singapore. It's really cool. I talked to my friend Alvaro, a Spanish guy who speaks English, awesome English. In fact, he speaks a mile a minute. If you haven't listened to it, give it a listen. It's on Singapore. And this week's FYI episode that just dropped a couple, I think like 2 hours ago, is on the one and only Tina Turner. Many say she's... Sing it. Better than anyone. One thing's for sure. Her path to fame wasn't easy. It was plagued with problems from the get-go. Nevertheless, she stood her ground and kept doing what she loved to do best, singing her heart out and shaking her moneymaker like it's nobody's business. Today we are rolling, 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 rolling on a river. Come on, Tina. Rolling, yeah. We'll tackle the tumultuous life and career of the tremendously talented Tina Turner on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info, English. Thanks, Nacho. That's Nacho, by the way, the English. That's my good friend Nacho, who's on Ximena Show, who's also hosting the upcoming trivia night on the 6th of March at 7:30 p.m. at Roll Madrid. All right, now, what were we doing? Let me focus here. Oh, right. Okay, Say What soundbite. Here's the Say What soundbite for the first time.
I had no problem with being thrust into the world of stardom because I never thought about it. Nowhere in my boyhood dreams was there the idea that one day I would be in Hollywood, one day I would be on Broadway, or one day I would be making an album that would be successful.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gents, ¿sabías esa? De corto podemos cortar gentlemen to gents. Ladies and gents, that was the first listen. I'll give you a second, and then I'm going to give you the second listen of the Say What soundbite. Cool voice, by the way, right? Vaya vozarrón que tiene. All right, here is the second listen of the Say What soundbite.
I had no problem with being thrust into the world of stardom because I never thought about it. Nowhere in my boyhood dreams was there the idea that one day I would be in Hollywood, one day I would be on Broadway, or one day I would be making an album that would be successful.
¿Conoces Weekend Town? La nueva iniciativa de Vaughan.
Pues no.
Es un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés. Y es nuevísimo.
A ver, cuéntame más.
Tendrás una inmersión lingüística total durante 2 días. Un total de 24 horas hablando con angloparlantes de todo el mundo.
¡Wow! ¡Qué interesante!
Ganarás confianza y soltura a la hora de comunicarte en inglés. Mejorarás tu comprensión auditiva y tus habilidades conversacionales en una situación de comunicación real en inglés. Ven a Weekend Town y te sorprenderás con todo lo que puede avanzar tu inglés en un fin de semana. Weekend Town de Vaughan. Un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés.
That's right, folks. Weekend Town over at Vaughan. You can get more information. Again, it's grupovaughan.com/ what am I going to say? Say it with me. grupovaughan.com/ cursos destacados. Check it out, and you'll find out about all the best deals. And you'll be the first one to find out. Vaughan Radio listeners. It's a special website we made for y'all, para vosotros. All right, let's take a look here in our virtual classroom. We've got to take a look at our homophones or not. Let's see. Chris says, I hope this is the last snotty week for you. I doubt it, Chris. I have a daughter, and she goes to school where kids, I see them every day. I pick her up, and all I see is snot as far as the eye can see. Todo lo que veo es mocos. And green ones. We all know white, clear ones. You're like, all right, bueno, tiene mocos. Green ones? Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying, Chris. So, yeah, thank you. We'll see. We'll see. But it's round and round. I insist. My daughter's, not metabolism. It's not the word I'm looking for. Her immune system stronger than ever. Because she used to get sick and it would last a week. Now she's like 3 days. She's like, I'm good. But then she comes home. That's the way it works. Round and round. They spin my head right round. Between the lice, los piojos, and the snot, los mocos, the green snot. We already said the green one's the bad one. All right, let's see. Lupe. Lupe says, morning, friends. I love the saying, you're aging like a fine wine. Oh, great one, Lupe. Wonderful. Coming in at the buzzer en el último momento ahí. To age like a fine wine. Buenísima. Lo uso mucho, Lupe. Great job. Wonderful. All right, let's take a look at our homophones. Born to Iron Man, Chris Valrol. Elena. Yes. All right, those three people are participating. And Born to Iron Man gives us the correct words, and he says they sound alike. Chris Valrol gives us the correct words, and she says they're not homophones. Elena says, for me, they sound similar, except for the first letter. So that means no, right? There's no middle ground here. Well, yeah. Sometimes there's a middle ground when we talk about British versus American, right? So in British English, 30, right? 30 rhymes with dirty. That's a T sound, right? We say 30 dirty. Son des. The perfect example, ladder. Ladder, escalera, L-A-D-D-E-R. En inglés americano también L-A-T-T-E-R suena igual. Which ladder do you want? The first one or the second one? I'll take the ladder. O sea, pero algún británico diría ladder. But we don't distinguish between that. So there is some leeway. Hay algunos donde hay margen. All right, let's take a look then. Anybody else? All right. I'm going to say both words and then you tell me. Okay, well, the first word is addition. It comes from the word to add something. Addition. Okay? So we have to use simple addition when we add a new addition to the house. Eso es la misma palabra. Pero para que veas también una reforma, que es la palabra que usaron. Let me check it out 1 second. Una ampliación. They added a new addition to the house. Today, we were looking at some addition in class. 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's basic addition, right? There's also a new addition on the team. Una nueva incorporación, okay? And the new addition to the team will be working on the new edition of our magazine. Número, entrega, versión. So the new addition to the team will be working on the new addition. The new addition to the team will be working on the new addition. Absolutely. Yep. We don't say addition, addition. It's addition. It's the schwa, that sound at the beginning. So nice job. That was a really tough one over there, but excellent effort. Show with no namers. Let's see. We've got Laura checking in. What's up, Laura? She says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. Sorry I'm late. No worries at all. What's cooking? Good looking. We're doing well over here, enjoying each other's company as always. Let's see. Elena. Elena's participating, and she says, this is probably a singer with a raspy, husky voice who claims never in his wildest dreams, he would have thought about becoming a star. So never, te lo doy correcto, la parte final. So never in his wildest dreams would he have thought of, difícil, would he have imagined, would he have thought of becoming a star? And great vocabulary, raspy, like Tina Turner, husky, muy como ronco, right? A little bit, you can have both. I have a raspy, husky voice. I have both, right? So excellent, excellent adjectives there. Elena, you are doing some serious magic over here. All right, amigos. All right. Let's see. Laura. Laura says, I heard the raspy voice of a pleased man. Un hombre que está contento. He's pleased, saying that never would he have imagined to be in Hollywood, on Broadway, and to have been able to make such a successful album. Laura, what can I say? You've got half of it right there. You're definitely going to get it today. There's no doubt in my mind. Awesome, Laura. Excellent, Elena. All right, let's see. Lupe. Lupe says, I heard a man whose accent, sin ese, I couldn't pinpoint, buen vocabulario, talking about how he never thought he would be a successful, maybe, actor in Hollywood. Excellent job to all of you. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful job. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, now we're going to hear from some of you, our show with no namers, in the question of the week. The week. All right, folks, question of the week. Now, we heard from so many students this week, and it was amazing. Honestly, I never expected this to be that successful. And I don't just mean successful because many of you are participating, but many of you are not just participating. As I said before, you're making progress, and I know it, you know it, and your fellow students know it. Is there anything better? As an English student, as a learner, than getting the encouragement of the people you're with, your teacher, and us being able to actually help you in real time on the air. It's question of the week, and let's see who we're going to hear from first on this week's question of the week. First, we are going to hear from Ana, and I've got to say, Ana really has a way with words. Realmente tiene un don de la palabra. Ana has written me some beautifully worded emails, very touching emails. And Ana, I think you're a wonderful person, not just a great student. Here's Ana.
Hi, everyone. This is Ana from Madrid. I don't really remember if I had a favorite subject in school because my memory is not very good. But I suppose there were subjects that caught my attention more than others because of the teacher. In high school, perhaps biology could have been the subject that filled me the most because it's the science that helps us understand nature and life. But in any case, I believe I remember more favorite teachers than favorite subjects or disciplines. And that's my answer to the question of the week. Thank you very much for your program, Alberto, and please don't call off the section. Bye-bye.
Wow. Wow. Ana. Oh, my God. Ana, it was beautiful. Not just what you said, and I totally agree. That's my answer. You stole my answer. No, that's what I'm but it's true. The teacher is really the thing that makes the subject interesting, right? It's what makes it come alive, come off the page, right? Out of the book and into your mind where it turns into a seed and it grows into a big tree, maybe even a forest or a garden. Ana, all I'll say is I loved it. You didn't mispronounce one word and you said biology, que la gente podría decir biology. No, not I couldn't hear one word that was mispronounced. And I loved the way you finished your words. That, understand. Es que oía las terminaciones de las palabras. And I'm telling you, that is such an important thing. And Anna, you knocked it out of the park. Now we're going to hear from Anix, not to be confused with Anna. And Anix, also a lovely communicator and a wonderful person. Let's hear from your classmate, Anix.
Morning, everyone. This is Anix. Well, I have to admit I was a nerd in school and I enjoyed almost every subject except math. But if I have to choose just one, it'll be definitely English because I still remember my first English teacher, my first English class, and he sang to us Let It Be. It was really nice. I was amazed at that time. And I think because he taught us in a fun way with cool things, it paved the way for me, at least, to learn the language, to fall in love with the language, and to enjoy the process. And I love English, maybe because of him. Okay, guys, bye-bye.
Wow, Anix, first, that's the correct answer. English. Of course. Well, no, it doesn't have to be your favorite subject when you were back in school, but it should be now. Wow, Anix, excellent job again. Lovely voice. I'm telling you, you should start your own podcast. Why not? Everybody's doing it these days. I will warn you, it sounds a lot easier than it is. All right, a couple things I want to highlight. Anix said it'll. Me encantó de la pronunciación de it will. Muchos no lo contraen porque les da miedo el it'll, pero lo has dicho perfectamente. It'll. Just be careful. When you said the word taught, it sounded like thought. O sea, riman. I thought, you taught. O sea, uno es sin la T. So just be careful. That's a common mistake, that thought, taught, through, thorough. Those can be a bit confusing. Also, you used the expression pave the way, allanar el camino, which was absolutely amazing. And just be careful, one little correction there too. You used the infinitive, but you used the past tense. And then you said to fell in love, cuando sería to fall in love. And Anix, you made us fall in love with you once again. Lovely perspective. Great pronunciation. Excellent job. All right, let's hear one more before a commercial break. This is Cristina, who lives in Chicago. And I'm not jealous of many people, but man, I've always wanted to live in Chicago, at least for 6 months. Let's hear how that's having an effect on Chris.
Hi, Alberto and company. Long time no talk. Yes, long time. I've been very busy, very, very busy. The question of the week. If I remember, my favorite subject from school, if I tell the truth and I'm honest, I have no idea. But I still remember, one of the subjects, when I was studying biology in Madrid, and it was entomology, because the teacher was amazing. So I think, the main important thing when you're learning something is the teacher, not the subject. Because finally I end up, being a biologist and I hate bugs. But that was my favorite subject, bugs. And I can't believe, but it's true. And it's just because of the teacher. He was amazing. So you always make a great impact. And that's what I'm trying to do here in the United States, make an impact, in the kids when they leave, 8th grade, because I'm a middle school teacher. Just remember, as a different teacher, and then you love the subject. That's all. Thank you so much. Bye.
Awesome. Chris. Not Chris Valrol, Chris Chicago, I call her. And let me tell you something, Chris, the confidence you have is incredible. Not for 1 second do I get the impression that you feel uncomfortable speaking English. And even though maybe we have to, sometimes I think, Chris, and you do this, I know why too, I would just do this, slow down a little bit. I have to say it to myself too, Chris, but excellent. But I think if you slow down a little bit, you could, I don't know, it would be a little bit better for you. right? Because, like, for example, te comiste una D con ended up. You said end up, right? So it's ended up. Acuérdate que la D, cuando hay una D ahí, se une con el up. We ended up. So, escucha, ended up. La D realmente se une ahí, ¿no? Es como we watched it. La T de watched, porque esa ED suena a T, realmente se une con el it. So these are these little things that are just amazing. And you did it in most of those little syntaxes, Cristina. You nailed it. I heard in the ended up, tenemos que darle más a esa D y unirlo ahí con ese up perfectamente. Y the first time you said subject, you pronounced the B perfectly. The second time, I didn't hear it as much, but wonderful job. Wow. I can't believe it. Folks, we've got to go to a quick commercial break right now. But I've got to say, I am impressed by the students who I've heard already. Anna, Anix, Cristina Chicago. When we come back, we'll hear from Chris Valrol, Kubla, Laura, Maria Jose, Marisol, Nuria, David, and Jose. Looking forward to hearing from all of you after this quick commercial break. So, stick around. Welcome back, amigos. Welcome back to the show with no name. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you're learning. I hope you're laughing along with your fellow students. Don't forget, you've got Ximena and Nacho right after this show with Test Your English. Right after that, the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. After the Lunchtime Show, you've got Speak Up with Ruby. Then you've got Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. The Salad with Dave Boys. Kyle Miller and his program Drive Time. Chris Frank and Frankly Speaking. And in the mornings, you've got Richard Vaughn Live. You've also got the Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. And right before this show, you can warm up in the best way possible with the one and only Fitz in his program, No Excuses. Download our free app and you can listen to Vaughn Radio, as Shakira says, wherever, whenever. And don't forget to stop by the website, grupovon.com/ ¿qué voy a decir? Cursos destacados. We got deals on Master in English, Vaughn groups, stuff for the kids. Man, there's a little bit of everything here. All right, amigos. I'll tell you what we're going to take a look at right now is a section, a challenge where you have to use the same word twice. It's double. Sing it. Double trouble. Come on, you got to help me today. Help me out. 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 Double trouble. Help me out. I said double. Double trouble. Double trouble. I said double
Double trouble.
That's right, amigos. Double trouble only on the show with no name. And let's see what we've got for today's double trouble section. As always, this is, let's see, I'll rate it for you on a scale of 1 to 10. I think this one's easy. I'm going to give it a 5. I'll say intermediate. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is definitely a 5. So here it is. Esto es lo peor. Esto es lo peor. Deja de hacerme la pelota. There you go. So, esto es lo peor. Deja de hacerme la pelota. There are many ways to say esto es lo peor, and there are many ways to say deja de hacerme la pelota. But you have to use the same word twice because it's double trouble. And in the meantime, let me give you today's Say What soundbite for the third time. Is everybody ready? Here we go.
I had no problem with being thrust into the world of stardom because I never thought about it. I never, nowhere in my boyhood dreams was there the idea that one day I would be in Hollywood, one day I would be on Broadway, or one day I would be making an album that would be successful.
Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'll tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. Look at that. You even got a sniffle in there. Hey, again, I apologize for the snot, the phlegm that you're hearing. But the other option was canceling the show. But instead, I call upon you guys to help me. And today we're hearing your voices. But before we get back into our question of the week, we need to take a look at our double trouble. The first person to take a stab at it is Laura. And ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Do you think Laura got it? Of course she got it. Of course. You weren't second guessing her, were you? Laura, excellent job. Also, Elena, the ladies are on fire. I've got to say, amazing job, ladies. You are killing it. And remember, in English, killing it is a positive thing. So let's see. They said, this sucks. This sucks. Es muy común en Estados Unidos. Oh, come on. This sucks. Esto es lo peor. Going to the dentist sucks. The other thing sucks, que es chupar, literalmente. But in this case, if something sucks, it means it's not something you want to do. It's not cool. It's not fun. You don't like it, right? This sucks. Another way to say it, this blows. Okay, so muy jerga. This sucks. This blows. Esto es lo peor. So, the second part, stop sucking up to me. To suck up to somebody or to kiss up to. O sea, podemos reemplazar la palabra kiss por suck. Stop sucking up to me. Stop kissing up to me. Y yo creo que el visual, la imagen, la podéis imaginar en tu cabeza, ¿no? To kiss up, to suck up. O sea, estás tirando para... okay. So, today's double trouble. This sucks. Esto es lo peor. You know, those days where you get a flat tire or you run out of gas or just, you're like, this sucks. Esto es lo peor. And then to hacer la pelota
is stop sucking up to me. So there you go. Excellent job, ladies. All right, folks, now it's time to hear from the one and only Chris Valrol.
Morning, Shononamers. Chris Valrol speaking. My favorite subject in school. Honestly, I remember way better the ones I didn't like. The rest were my cup of tea, kind of. But if I have to choose one, I'd say language area, as it was called at that time, and covered Spanish, in my case Catalan as well, and foreigner language, which was English. But only the last 3 years. Why? I don't really know. I guess because language allows me to understand, communicate, and learn the rest of the things in the world. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Chris, absolutely. If you can't read, if you can't write, how are you supposed to learn things? So, and that's all language. Those are words. So being literate, if you don't speak well, if you don't write well, if you can't read well, how the hell are you going to learn other things well? And it's so important, Chris. It's right. It's the basis of all learning, not just languages, foreign languages, but your own language, being able to express yourself well. The difference is somebody, in a negotiation, getting their way or not, saliéndose con la suya o no. And we see it all the time. So being a better communicator, being a better speaker, being a better listener can only help you in every aspect of not just learning, but I think of your life. A couple comments over there, Chris. Favorite or favorite? No, you didn't say favorite. You said favorite. El sonido vocal sí que lo dijiste bien. Pero oí una B. Favorite. You said favorite. Hay que oír esa V, ¿ok? Favorite. Y la O, cómetela. Favorite. Yo no digo favorite. Fíjate, la O no la digo. Favorite. No, digo favorite. Dos sílabas. My favorite person, right? Okay. It's a common word that many, many people mispronounce. I love that you said you remembered more the ones that you didn't like. That's why you're like, oh, man, that was hell. It's true. Sometimes those memories that stick out to us the most are the ones that were sometimes painful as well. And just be careful, because you said a foreigner language, but it would be more common to say a foreign language. So we learned a foreign language or foreign languages in plural, and foreigner is somebody from a foreign country. So just be careful with the use of foreign and foreigner. Wonderful job, Chris Valrol. Excellent, excellent job. All right, we're going to hear from your buddy Kubla.
Hello, it's Kubla. My preferred subject was biology. I was elated when I first heard our teacher, Señor Montero, or Mr. Hunter, explain how cells split into more cells to form the body organs in the nasciturus, or what the different layers of the esophagus were. I resisted believing that a grown individual could develop from such a tiny piece of living matter. I also liked English. My big brother Eduardo, who is 1 year my senior, had chosen English the previous year, and I wanted to follow in his footsteps to understand the lyrics of a song I was listening to at the time. One day when I was 10 and we were having lunch at home, my father asked Eduardo to tell us how to say ponerse ropa. And he said, Spanish style, tu putón. I cracked up My father grinned, and my pious mother gaped, because it had sounded like a strong word in Spanish. And I figured, wow, this is more fun than I thought. I want to know more. Thank you, yours truly.
All right. So, Kubla, you've been playing with words since you were a little kid. Hey, me too. Me too. If you're a language lover, it's something that, some of you have become one more recently. But if you love languages, it's something that's like deep within you. And I remember hearing that too. Somebody said, puton. I'm like, ¿cómo que puton? What are you calling me? At least he's not calling me Putin. Meter o ponerse. Which one are you saying? Puton or Putin? The big one or the little one? So absolutely. And that, you know what? That's beautiful, because that, I think, is the magic of a language. It doesn't have to be present perfect continuous. It could be, let's play with words. Let's see if we can make a joke out of this. Let's play with sounds. And that's fun. That's a lot of fun. So it's wonderful that you discovered that side of learning languages. And I guess that's a reason why you're so comfortable speaking English as well. And what else? Song lyrics. So many people have started learning languages, specifically English, because of song lyrics. They wanted to understand the lyrics to their favorite songs. So as we say in English, necessity is the mother of invention. Si necesitas algo, lo tramas, lo haces, lo inventas. Necessity. So excellent job. And it's interesting. A lot of you, and I think we've heard biology twice today. So it's interesting, though. It's actually the study of life, and it's true. When I remember learning too, when you see you're just a little cell, no bigger than, a speck of dust. And then we turn into these big, crazy people that we are with all our intricacies, all our quirks, todas nuestras excentricidades, right? Excellent job, Kubla. I expect nothing less. All right, up next, we've got another super show with no namer. You know her, you love her. It's Laura.
Hey there, it's Laura. I'm sorry I haven't been able to participate on the show with no name lately, but I'd like to put my 2 cents in for this week's question of the week. I was a quite well-rounded student, and I don't think I only had one favorite subject in school. But it's safe to say I was more cut out for language and literature and humanities. I have very fond memories of my philosophy class, especially because of my teacher. He was quite elderly and he was blind, but he knew if you were paying attention or not in class. He was quite strict, but he was really good at explaining and at making harsh concepts easy for us. And the most important thing, he made us think. He helped me develop critical thinking, which is, in my humble opinion, key in life. So I guess I can say that philosophy was one of my favorite subjects, mostly because of the teacher I had. Bye, everyone.
Awesome, Laura. Wow. Excellent. And there's another thing that we all have in common there. We all agree that the teacher is such an important thing, which is why here at Vaughn, you guys know that. I mean, Richard Vaughn says it every time. What does he say? He goes, Vaughn is nothing without our teachers. Our teachers are what make Vaughn what it is. And without our teachers, we wouldn't have the Vaughn method. And he even says, I can have the method, but if I don't have the right teacher, the method's nothing. You get it? So the teacher is such an integral element of the learning process. And it's not just because they're the one giving you the knowledge, but they're also the one kind of directing you and guiding you and cheering you on and pushing you when you need to be pushed. And I think that's wonderful. That's what a great teacher, I think, in my opinion, knows that balance. When to be like awesome and when to be like, I want more, and when to, be strict, as you said, and when to inspire your students. And anybody who inspires you to be a critical thinker is okay in my book. Also, I've got to say, We're going to give Laura there a couple totally natives in there, Laura. Let's take a look. She said to put her 2 cents in. Do you know this expression? Meter su granito de arena. To put her 2 cents in. Excellent expression. The next one, she said she was a well-rounded student, equilibrada. O sea, que hacía bien un poco de todo, que no es que faltaba en uno y el otro. Well-rounded, ¿no? Muy bien. Excellent word there. Then she said, I wasn't cut out for something, or I was cut out for it. If you're cut out for something or not cut out for something, estás hecho o no hecho para ello. So let's say, I take a climbing class. Estoy haciendo una clase de escalar. And all of a sudden I fall, I get hurt, I get frustrated, and then I take off my harness and I say, I'm not cut out for this. No estoy hecho para eso. That is an awesome expression. Also, I like how you use the word fond with the word memories. A lot of times when we talk about memories, the word that we accompany them with is fond. The same way we say majestic mountains. There are certain words that go with certain nouns, certain adjectives that kind of match up with certain nouns. Chris, also, she says, definitely, teachers run the world. I wish. Unfortunately, big fat cats, no? Peces gordos, fat cats run the world. Also, I thought it was fascinating, Laura, that you had a blind philosophy teacher. I mean, that's crazy. That's like Master Splinter or something in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, that must have been an omen, Una señal. I remember I had it. See, again, it's the teacher. I had a philosophy class that I took, and it was in the last year of high school, my senior year. You have free electives, as we call them. And I decided, well, I'm going to take a philosophy class. A lot of my friends were taking it. We've spent our afternoons philosophizing, or so we thought. We thought we were Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle over there, but, we were just teenagers with a lot of hormones. So we took a philosophy class, and I remember I gave it 2 weeks. And in the first 2 weeks, I just remember the woman telling us, we can't, like, there was no discussion. I thought we were going to kind of sit around in a circle and talk and share ideas. But all it was is, you got to read this, you got to read this, you got to read this. And then we would come to class and we would just talk about what that person said, but not like what we feel. It was weird. It was just, I felt like they misnamed the class. The class should have been called History of Philosophy, not Philosophy. You get what I'm saying? Because all I remember was, but when are we going to discuss things? And she was like, no, Plato didn't say that. El Platón no dijo eso. I'm like, fuck him. No offense. Que le den por the guy, he's older than dirt, but he's been dead for decades, centuries. I don't care what he said. How's that? Y no le gustó eso. She didn't like that. And I went to I don't remember, the office, and I said, listen, I made a mistake. I'm in the wrong class. I shouldn't be in this class. I don't want to be in the class. I don't like the teacher. No offense. It was nothing against her. I'm sure she was a good teacher. Just not what I expected. And I got out of the class. And do you know what class I ended up taking for that free elective? I ended up taking a class called TV Science, La Ciencia de Televisión. And what is that? That was a class where we produced a news show every week, where we learned how to edit video and audio. This was on VHS, I'm talking about. But guess what? Guess what I do to this day? I edit. I do things that I learned in that class that I wasn't supposed to take, that I ended up taking. It's funny how life works like that. And one of the most inspirational teachers I've ever had in my life was Mr. Ralph Cook, the guy who taught me TV Science, as they called it, because he taught me so much more than TV Science. He taught me about life. He taught us, I should say. And I felt like more than a teacher, he was a friend. He was a person I could confide in. And he spoke to me real. You know, when me and my friends would come in, smoking cigarettes, he would look at us and be like, "Are you guys stupid? What's wrong with you? Are you trying to be cool, real?" And so he wasn't like a babying us. He was very honest with us, but we appreciated it because he didn't treat us like children. He treated us like equals. And I thought that was such a great lesson. It made me respect him more. And we were acting up all the time. Nosotros nos portamos como cualquier chaval de 17 años. Rambunctious, rowdy, rah, no? Penitencioso, you say? And in the end, in his class, we behaved. We had fun. We enjoyed it. So Ralph Cook, I was almost not supposed to be in that class. As I said, my original free elective there was philosophy, but it wasn't what I expected at all. All right, let's see. Should we listen to another one? I don't want to. I'll tell you what, guys. We're gonna take a quick commercial break because we've only got about 2 minutes, and I don't want to play an audio for you right now without being able to discuss it right after. So what we'll do right now is we'll take a quick commercial break. Then when we come back, we'll listen to our Say What soundbite, which I don't think anybody has figured it out yet. But we're going to take a look at our Say What soundbite when we come back. We've already looked at Double Trouble. We've also got more students we're going to hear from. We've got movies. We've got famous birthdays. So much to come, my amigos. And I'm getting through the week by hook or by crook. Estoy sobreviviendo la semana como sea. By hook or by crook. And I'm having fun, thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for participating and for being the best students. We're talking about the best teachers right now, but let's talk about a model student, an ideal student, an inspirational student, a model student. That's you, Show with No Namers. Keep it up. I'm sure you're not just inspiring each other, but I'm sure you're inspiring people outside of our circle, outside of the Vaughn world. And remember, when they ask you, why do you speak English so well? Why aren't you afraid of English? That's when you say, have you heard of Vaughn Radio? Oh, man, give them a listen. You got to listen to Ximena or Alberto, and you'll start learning English and, more importantly, loving English. Folks, we'll be right back with the rest of today's show. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to this, the fourth and final part of today's show. I hope you guys are having fun. Thanks a lot for bearing with me, por tu paciencia conmigo, for bearing with me this week. It's been a little bit tougher, just a little bit extra tired, but again, I hope to be better by next week. We'll see what happens. And the good thing is I have no major plans this weekend, so I'm just going to be chilling like Bob Dylan, or chilling like a villain, como decimos. Oh yeah, I'm going to get some R&R. That's on my list. My list of things to do. Get some R&R. I might do some gardening, jardinería. I have to replant a couple plants. Tengo que replantar algunas plantas. Also, hey, great news, guys. My daughter and I planted some garlic, and we've got little sprouts. Ya se ve las pequeñas hojitas. Awesome. Spring is coming. I got some tomatoes. I've got some basil. I think some of you have discovered my latest hobby, gardening. I'm obsessed. I've been watching gardening videos on YouTube non-stop. Sin parar. Hey, it's a great skill to know. I wish I had a gardening class in school. That would have been my favorite class. It's just so relaxing. And you're doing something positive for yourself. If you're growing food, right? What's more positive than growing a tomato that you're going to eat with your daughter? Like, don't you see the parallel? She's the seed, she's growing. It's wow. Oh, and if you haven't heard that episode, there's an FYI episode on gardens where we talk not only about, the literal stuff, las raíces, but remember, we use gardens, plants, trees to talk about families, to talk about life as well, to talk about our children, our seeds, nuestras semillas. So very interesting parallel. It's relaxing. And it's, again, something great. You're outside as well. And you don't need a big space. You just need a little bit of sun and, a little TLC, un poco de cariño. I'll show you guys some of the stuff when it's ready. The tomatoes are going to take a while. I just planted some stuff recently. But, everything's on the right track para mirar la expresión que vimos esta semana. All right, let's see. We need to listen to our Say What soundbite right now, and then we're going to hear from more students. I'm really excited, and as I said, you guys have really done a wonderful job so far. All right, here's your Say What soundbite for the fourth time.
I had no problem with being thrust into the world of stardom because I never thought about it. Nowhere in my boyhood dreams was there the idea that one day I would be in Hollywood, one day I would be on Broadway, or one day I would be making an album that would be successful.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town. Lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. More information at grupovon.com/cursos destacados. All right, let's hear from some more Show with No Namers. Let's hear from Maria Jose.
Hi there, it's Maria Jose from Valencia. What subjects I used to enjoy the most when I was at school? To start with, biology. I've always felt really curious about the way our human body works. That perfect machine, as Vaughan calls it in one of his radio programs. Secondly, physics. Nature has always interested me, and through physics, I've been able to understand and learn all those wonderful phenomena. And to finish, art. Although I went down the scientific route, I've always felt really linked to art because that subject has taught me a different way to live my life and to see things. And I enjoy listening to music while I'm drawing. Thank you, and greetings to all those wonderful Show with No Namers.
Maria Jose, what a lovely voice. Seriously, and I'm not just talking about your English right now. I'm talking about when I hear you speak, I hear sweet, kind, caring people. And I got to be honest, as somebody who studied acting, interpretación, I'm usually really good at judging people. I don't like doing it. I try not to look at somebody and be like, this guy's that, this girl's, because it's not fair. And who am I? But I like to be able to, you're supposed to use your discernment, your judgment to, this is the way you protect yourself from bad people as well. And I've got to say something. Not only does your English sound amazing, but you just sound like, the most amazing people in the world. Some of you, as you know, I've met in person. And those of you who I haven't yet, well, I will meet you hopefully in the future. But excellent job. And wow, biology, really a popular one. Hey, a round of applause for the biology teachers in Spain. Also, she said physics as well. Wow, you're smart, Maria Jose. My favorite class was art. I agreed with your third one. Art class. Also, Mrs. Dickin. All right, I'll stop. Anyway, one thing, that word, we're going to practice some words right now, all of us. I want you to say these words with me. I thought you brought, no, let's just say them without the sentences. Thought, brought, taught, caught. All right? Thought, brought, caught, taught. Okay? Because I heard that word is a tough one, enseñó, right? So just remember this. Acuérdate esta frase. I thought I taught you that. O sea, son iguales, uno es y otro es te. I think you mixed them up. We heard something similar in another example as well. So just be aware of that. It's a common mistake. Just remember this. If you know how to say ought, you know how to say it. Porque ya es los aucht y los ocht son ought. All right? Common mistake. Wonderful job, Maria Jose. Up next, we're going to hear from a student who has also participated many times, and she is just a wonderful student, and we're going to hear from her right now, always bringing her good vibes. It's Marisol.
Hi, it's Marisol. I reckon that my favorite subject in school was arts and crafts. I loved when the teacher sent us to do an activity and we had to create something innovative. At that time, there wasn't the technology that there is nowadays, like the internet, to obtain ideas. Therefore, we had to invent our creation by searching in books and using our imagination. I presume that for that reason, at the present time, I'm still enjoying making drawings using different types of materials like colorful charcoal, pencils, etc., as well as making handmade objects like, for instance, a cardboard chimney using laminated paper with drawing blocks and an electrical candle simulating the fire. Greetings to all of Show with No Namers. Bye.
Wow, Marisol. I was just talking about gardening being therapeutic. It's my therapy. I save money. Instead of going to see a psychiatrist every week, I do some gardening. I let the sun hit my face. I get my fingernails dirty, ensucio las uñas, and I feel good. Get some dirt in my hands, and now I feel human again. I feel alive. Because sometimes we're just connected to these damn machines, and you're just sitting in front of screens. So don't underestimate the power of grass. And excellent arts and crafts. I love arts and crafts. Manualidades is what you say in Spanish. And those sound like some really cool projects, Marisol. I would love to see them. If you have any pictures of some of the stuff that you've created, if you share them with me, maybe I can share them another day here with the other students on a link or something like that. But I love arts and crafts. I love doing them. I love watching little videos on them. As you said, it's never been easier because, back in the day, you're like, okay, we got to make an Easter bunny. What do we use? Okay, well, I've got some cotton, tengo algodón. I've got a paper plate. I've got some forks, And now it's just Ideas for a turkey, arts, craft ideas, turkey, Thanksgiving. And there are tons of them everywhere, tons of them. And it's helpful, especially because you can make pancakes with kids, or make an omelet, or you can make a Mickey omelet. You know what I mean? You can always make things a little bit more fun by putting a little art into it. So that's awesome, Marisol. I would love to see some of your work, and if you have anything that goes nicely in the garden, let me know. In fact, do you want to know something? The person I know who is probably the most talented as far as arts and crafts is concerned, no? En cuanto a manualidades, my mother-in-law. Unbelievable. I mean, she does ceramics, she does it all. My garden is full of little sculptures and things that she has made. And you know what? When people come over to visit, they say, "Hey, Alberto, that's beautiful. Oh, I like that little woman, the Alaskan woman. I like." And I'm like, "Oh, my mother-in-law made it." They're like, "Are you serious? I want one too." I'm like, "They're not for sale." So it makes them unique as well. So awesome, wonderful, Marisol. You expressed yourself very, very well. And arts and crafts, gotta love arts and crafts. It's another way of learning, not just with kids, but with adults. You learn because you're doing stuff with your hands, as you call it, manualidades. It's an appropriate name. All right, next up, we're going to hear from another student who has participated week after week, and I'm so proud of her. Let's hear from Nuria.
Alberto and Serena Neymars, this is Nuria. As for this week's question, what was my favorite subject in school? Well, personally, if I have to choose one, I'd say without no doubt that my favorite subject was English. There were others that I liked too, but English definitely tops my list. I was always ready to study it, and nowadays I keep on going studying because it's not only learning a language, but it's also learning culture. Moreover, English language gives you the chance to play it with words, enhance your imagination powers, empowers you to put your own thinking in it. In short, I absolutely love English, and with teachers like you, Alberto, it's easier the process of the learning for your hard work, your motivation, your encouragement, and for being just you. Take care. Thank you.
Is it just me? Or is Nuria one of the sweetest people in the world? Seriously, Nuria, you are so sweet. Your words are always so heartfelt and so kind. And again, that's my favorite answer, English. Or at least it should be your answer these days. But it's amazing to see and hear about all of you and how you have a lot in common, but you're each so unique. Obviously, you have a lot in common. You're all here together right now, learning English with me, sharing, and right there, you've got that in common, your love of languages. And well, if you add all those other things, biology, philosophy, all these interesting anecdotes that you guys tell us about, it just makes for a very colorful class. So thank you for being colorful, students. Yeah, seriously, I love learning about each and every one of you every week. And I know that it's not just me. You know how I know that? Because I've gotten a lot of feedback. And some students say, I really love, and I'm telling you, I've gotten feedback. I've had students say, voy a inventarme el nombre. Hey, Alberto, I love the question of the week. Oh, and Marisol has been doing a great job. Like, seriously, I'll hear feedback about other students. And that, I think, is absolutely amazing. All right, who's up next over here? We've got David. Let's see what David has to say.
I don't remember having a favorite subject. I like it when the new books, notebooks, and pencils were handed out at the start of the course. But there wasn't any subject that really captivated me. I was a good student, but most of the subjects I found boring. Math was boring. History, boring. Religion, boring. Maybe the teaching methods weren't the best for motivating students. But when I finished primary school and I started studying electronics and computers, everything changed. I enjoyed going to school a lot. Programming computers and working with microcontrollers became a passion. I enjoyed all the subjects related to IT. In fact, to this day, I continue to learn different programming languages.
Excellent job. Give it up for David. This is David's second week participating. Excellent job. Excellent job. Before I comment on David's, I just wanted to go back to Nuria's for 1 second because I wrote down some notes and I forgot to tell you guys the notes there. But just the word favorite. Favorite. I've heard ya varias personas decir favorito, favorite, favorite. Dos sílabas. Vamos a decirlo ahora. Si no hacemos nada en este programa, vamos a hacer esto. What's your favorite color? Esa es una pregunta muy común. What's your favorite song? What's your favorite movie? Favorite, favorite, favorite. My favorite, favorite, favorite. Who are your favorite students? My show with no namers, of course. All of them. Favorite, favorite, favorite. A couple, two. This was one that David made. This is kind of what made me remember. School, student, no. School, student. Cuidado que no se cuelan esas es antes de las eses, right? The perfect example. Let's say this sentence together. Bruce Springsteen went to high school. Oh, toma, me vais a odiar aquí. Bruce Springsteen went to high school. So, Bruce acaba con sonido S, aunque es CE. Bruce y Springsteen empieza con S. ¿Qué si los juntamos? Bruce Springsteen went to high school. Y en este caso no son dos S, pero ¿qué si ponemos la S con high school? High school. Y no hay tiempo para meter la S. So ready? Bruce Springsteen went to high school. All right. Well, excellent job, David, as well. I'm really proud of each and every one of you. And also, last but not least, this is a student who hasn't participated yet, if I'm not mistaken. So let's give it up for him. It's Jose.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jose. I'm from Murcia, and I am really excited to participate in the show with no name. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time participant. The subject I liked the most at school was, without any doubt, history. I've always found it fascinating to learn about past cultures, events, and the impact they had on our world today. But what made me love history was that it was presented to me in a fun, interactive way. Teachers back then managed to accurately connect history with young people's interests, like movies or video games. I will always be grateful to them for that. See you around.
Excellent job. Wow. Call it beginner's luck, right? Call it beginner's luck. Beginner's luck. You did a wonderful job. Also, he's not a beginner, as he said. He's a long-time listener. Just be careful. A couple little comments over there. Liked. En vez de like it, right? Liked. O sea, nos comemos la E y suena como T. Y de hecho, did you like it? Yes, I liked it. I liked it. Fijaos, el ED es una T que se une con el IT. I liked it. Did you like it? Yes, I liked it. I like tit. Me gusta teta. Yo te digo cómo sueno. Based on a true story? Maybe. All right. And cuidado, no cultures, no me acuerdo la que dijiste, pero vamos a decir esta porque es muy común. Cultures. Cultures. Excellent job. Guys, what can I say? You guys knocked it out of the park. And that's worth celebrating in today's famous birthday trivia. All right, folks, time for famous birthdays. I can't believe it. We only have a few minutes left here, so let's make it count. Today, the first birthday boy was born in the year 1966. And what does he do? ¿A qué se dedica? Good question. He's an American director, producer, and screenwriter. He made his feature film debut with Dawn of the Dead in 2004. Rob Grams will definitely know this one. He also did Watchmen in 2009, as well as the Superman film that started the Man of Steel, right, in 2013, and the follow-up Batman versus Superman and the Justice League. Also, he directed Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole, I don't know that one, and Army of the Dead, and another one, Sucker Punch. And a sucker punch es un puñetazo cuando no estás mirando. He sucker punched me. Also, we looked at the word suck before, right? Mira, eso es fácil. It sucks, man, because he sucker punched me. And now he's sucking up to me. Podría haber sido un triple trouble. All right, well, that's number one. Number two, you better bet. You better bet your life. You know that? That's The Who. This guy's the lead singer. You better, great song. You better. And Baba O'Reilly. Que no, si te digo Baba O'Reilly, me dices, ¿qué? Pero si te digo Teenage Wasteland, it's only Teenage Wasteland. They're all wasted. And obviously, My Generation and so many other, I mean, we're talking about The Who, the musical Tommy, and this guy's the lead singer. And last but not least, this guy was born in 1927. He works all night and he drinks a rum. Daylight come and we won't go home. It's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. My daughter loves that song, by the way. He also did Jump in the Line, Shake Your Body on Time. And Chris, I know you know this, but you know what made that song popular in my generation? Beetlejuice, the classic scene. All right, Chris, you nailed it. Unbelievable. Number one, Zack Snyder. Number two, Roger Daltrey of The Who. And number three, Harry Belafonte. What a voice, huh? Harry Belafonte. And he wasn't just a singer. He's an actor, a singer, a triple threat, a dancer. He's done a little bit of everything. But I think his claim to fame, at least in my generation and forward, is Jump in the Line. No, not that one. That one's good. But I think his number one hit is the Deo, Deo. Daylight come and we won't go home. My daughter and I can sing that all day long. We love it. Work all night and a drink of rum. Daylight come. Trabajo toda la noche y bebo ron. It's a beautiful song. And that'll bring us to our Say What soundbite. It's Harry Belafonte being very thankful for the fame, the success he's had. And he says, I had no problem with being thrust, lanzado, empujado. I had no problem with being thrust into the world of stardom because I never thought about it. No lo pensé mucho. Nowhere in my boyhood dreams was there an idea that one day I would be in Hollywood, one day I would be on Broadway, or one day I would be making an album that was successful. So he had success beyond his wildest dreams. Here he is, birthday boy, Harry Belafonte.
I had no problem with being thrust into the world of stardom because I never thought about it. Nowhere in my boyhood dreams was there the idea that one day I would be in Hollywood, one day I would be on Broadway, or one day I would be making an album that would be successful.
Amigos, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for being here today and every day. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Ciao for now.